Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by for yet another video. I do appreciate that, and as always, I appreciate you. And if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you get my videos as soon as they're uploaded. But what we have here is an update to the California wildfires, and in fact, I believe there's two more wildfires burning now as well, for a total of six. It says high winds pick up, fueling intensity of Southern California wildfires. So we'll take a brief look here at some of this video. We won't watch all of it, but we will watch a little bit of it here of, of the wildfires. We're just going to focus in on the parts that show us some of these fires possibly. Here as they're battling the fires, you can see. Here's another one that they're fighting. You can just see some of the damage all over these areas of the destruction. Um, just insane, you know. I mean, I believe, yeah, so six California wildfires burn out of control. So right now, they're battling six wildfires, um, which is just insane. As you know, the video is playing here. We can see some of the areas of Ventura County. San Diego County now has wildfires burning as well. That's some of the new ones to report on, which we will here in a minute. We're just talking about that right now. But you can just see, horses, hundreds of horses, unfortunately, have lost their lives due to these fires as well. Wildlife. I believe an elderly lady lost her life due to these fires. Property, that stuff, people can get back. It's the loss of life that's just devastating, because you never get that back. Whether it be your horses, your pets, or the wildlife or loved ones. So, again, my thoughts and prayers go out to every single person that's been affected by these wildfires. But it goes on to say firefighters across Southern California continued Saturday to battle six major wildfires with brutal Santa Ana winds expected to keep fanning the flames throughout the day. The newest blazes, the Lilac Fire in San Diego County and the Liberty Fire in Riversdale County, are now being fueled by the continued Santa Ana winds and low humidity, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. Here you can see another photo of just scorched earth, just completely, this stuff just completely gone. Says ABC News meteorologist Daniel Manzo said that there's not much relief in the forecast for those fire-ravaged areas. Extreme fire danger will remain in the region through this weekend. Red flag warnings have remained in effect for much of Southern California, with peak gust winds of 30 to 50 miles an hour. It says low relative humidity as low as 5% is likely through this period as well, Manzo said. Winds could exceed 50 mile an hour in the mountains east of San Diego. This area will be particularly concerned for the fire growth on Saturday night and into Sunday. Here you can see a man here. It says Dick Marsala looks through debris from his destroyed home. So I mean, this poor man, and everyone that lost their homes and vehicles, or if you lost your possessions, my thoughts and prayers still go out to you. Just be thankful that you still have your life, and hopefully. But it goes on to say red flag warnings have been extended across much of Southern California through Saturday, and high wind warnings are also in effect for mountain and valley areas in Los Angeles and Ventura counties. It says winds gusted to over 60 mile an hour in Ventura and Los Angeles counties on Thursday, causing embers to spread even more. Gusts were in the 30 to 50 mile an hour range in San Diego County. Much of Southern California is also experiencing humidity levels in the teens or even single digits. It says relative humidity in San Diego on Thursday afternoon was just 5%. So here you can see the Santa Ana winds on Sunday morning. You have 25 mile an hour in Ventura, 29 mile an hour in Los Angeles, 32 mile an hour in Oceanside, 32 mile an hour in San Diego. But you got to keep in mind there's also gusts of up to 60 miles an hour. Now here's the very low humidity. This map here shows you the humidity that is very low along the actual west coast. 8% Riverside, 9% in Santa Ana, 8% Los Angeles, 15% San Diego. Um, let's see here. Now this is the high winds map. So here's where you got the red flag warnings throughout the majority of Los Angeles area. And in the San Diego area, it looks like they also have a high wind warning there as well. Now it says as nearly 8,700 firefighters battled the first of four large wildfires, two new ones erupted Thursday and spread rapidly, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. It says overall, the six blazes have burned more than 175,000 acres and forced over 212,000 residents from their homes. It says a 70-year-old woman was identified Friday as the first victim of the fires. Virginia Pisola of Santa Paula was killed in a car crash as she evacuated Wednesday, according to the Associated Press. So my thoughts and prayers definitely go out to her family and loved ones. Just a tragic situation there. Now here is all the six wildfires that are currently burning. You have the Thomas Fire in Santa Barbara area. You also have the Skirball Fire, the Rye Fire, the Creek Fire, all around the Los Angeles area as well. Now that San Bernardino area, there's kind of the Liberty Fire, the Lilac Fire around San Diego also. So you see they're trying to battle six fires. And I know the Rye Fire, I heard, is pretty much under control, but it goes on to say that the Thomas Fire in Ventura County is the first to ignite, has burned well over 100,000 acres, and is expected to intensify because of the increasing winds. It says the Skirball Fire is small, but its threat to heavy populated areas of Los Angeles has drawn widespread attention. It says the other four blazes continue to burn Saturday with little containment. So again, I take that back. All these fires are still growing, and unfortunately, and destroying and burning areas and homes, and it's just insane right now what's going on in California as far as these wildfires. Now it says all Los Angeles Unified School District schools in San Fernando Valley and 17 schools on Los Angeles West Side were shuttered through Friday. It says at least 265 schools have been closed. UCLA canceled classes Thursday because of the Skirball Fire. Now it says the Thomas Fire in Ventura County, the largest of the six blazes, started Monday night as a 50-acre brush fire in the foothills east of Santa Paula and grew to 10,000 acres in just 4 hours. The fire had burned 148,000 acres of land by Saturday morning and was just 15% contained, according to the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection. So it's still only 15% contained. Now it says more than 88,000 residents were evacuated and 15,000 structures are threatened by the flames as well. Now here you can see the Thomas fires. They burn along the hillside near Santa Paula, California. The Thomas Fire also spread, it says the Thomas Fire spread to Santa Barbara County late Thursday, prompting California Governor Jerry Brown to issue a state of emergency for the county and the third to be designated. There were almost 4,000 firefighter personnel on the scene of this massive blaze. It said 537 structures so far had been destroyed, with 118 more damaged. Now we get into the Creek Fire. This one is in Cajal Canyon area above Los Angeles, in the Silmar neighborhood, has scorched almost 16,000 acres of land, destroying at least 105 buildings and damaging 70 others. Now it says over 150,000 residents in this area were also evacuated, and some 2,500 structures are being threatened. The blaze was 80% contained as of Saturday morning, and 1,964 personnel are fighting the flames. So this one's a little bit better news in the Creek Fire area. It's about 80% contained right now. Obviously, there is all the tragedy that goes along with it. Yes, it's good news that they're getting it contained, but the bad news is all the devastation and destruction and loss of life as far as wildlife and also horses. Now, it says the Creek Fire was responsible for the death of almost 40 horses in the Rancho Padilla area. Now, so again, that's some obviously not so great news there. And Now, getting briefly into the rye fire, says the rye fire has scorched over 6,000 acres in the Santa Clarita west of Alcinia. It says the blaze was about 65% contained as of Saturday morning. Over 5,400 structures are still being threatened by the flames. So this one about 60% contained, so or 65% contained. So a little bit better news out of this fire as well. At least they're making progress on these fires. It says that about 2,000 residents were evacuated, though mandatory evacuation orders in the area have been lifted. Now it says 813 personnel are battling the rye fire. Now we get into the screwball fire briefly. Well, this fire has burned 475 acres of land so far, but its proximity to Los Angeles and responsibility for briefly shutting down the infamous crowded 405 freeway has drawn national attention. It says this fire is threatening the Getty Center, a museum in western Los Angeles. Officials were focused on keeping the flames from jumping the freeway and heading east. The blaze was 50% contained as of today, Saturday morning, and firefighters have managed to keep it from breaching containment lines. So some good news on this fire as well. At least so far, 3 of the 4 fires are at least 50% contained. So they're making progress. Now it says 6 structures were lost in the fire, with an additionally 12 other structures damaged. 2 firefighters also suffered minor injuries while battling the flames. So now we're going to get into the newest of the 2 newer fires. Now this is the lilac fire. This one, the California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection said Friday that the flames from the lilac fire were growing at a dangerous rate. So that's definitely not good news in San Diego County, where 4,100 acres of land have burned thus far. At least 105 structures were destroyed and 15 damaged, with an additionally 1,500 other structures being threatened. Now this fire is only 20% contained as of Saturday morning. Alert San Diego, the region's cell phone emergency alert system, had sent out 23,000 evacuation messages as of Friday morning, including 4 new evacuations in Oceanside. So here you can see some of the firefighters battling some of the fires in this area as well. Now it says officials said the lilac fire began late Thursday morning near Fallbrook and had grown to 50 acres in just an hour. Peak gusts had reached 66 miles per hour Thursday afternoon in Paula, California, near the blaze, contributing to the rapid spread of flames. 4 civilians had suffered some injuries and were taken to local hospitals, though authorities could not confirm the severity of those injuries. Governor Brown has declared a state of emergency in San Diego County due to the lilac fire, his office announced Thursday afternoon. Now the newest, another newer one, which is the Liberty Fire, this one located in Riverside County, near Temecula, has scorched nearly 300 acres of land. Now this one is 90% contained as of Friday night. So again, this one, basically 4 of the 6 are at least 50% contained right now. So that is some good news, but unfortunately with these winds still picking up, the Ventura fire especially, I believe that was still only 15% contained or something like that. So these things are still very growing. Some of them are still growing for sure, and we're going to have to keep an eye on further updates as these wildfires continue, because these Santa Ana winds are not letting up, unfortunately, which is going to continue to fuel these fires. Even the ones that are 50, 80%, 90% contained, if these winds continue, it might make it difficult, and it may lead to these spreading yet again. So we're going to keep an eye on this, and as more updates come in on these California wildfires, I'll get those out to you for sure. Yeah, and I know this was a much longer video, but there's a lot of info to get out to you guys, so I do apologize for that. But thanks for watching these videos and supporting the channel. We're growing every single day because of you guys, and I can't appreciate you enough for that. But other than that, be sure to share, like, subscribe, and comment down below. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.